I believe my daughter is brutally murdered. Somebody hurt her severely bad. I felt that from the day it happened.
A Kansas mom's fight to find answers in the death of her daughter paying off now. Years after investigators ruled the teen's death a suicide, new evidence leads police to change it to a murder investigation. We uncovered new details in that case and spoke to the family who seeks closure in the case of Brianna Gomez. A short walk through Sunset Lawn Cemetery and you'll find the final resting spot for Brianna Gomez Sharp. She's buried alongside her grandfather. It's a spot Brianna's grandma, Margaret, visits often.
There's nights and there's days where nobody's at home, and I'll just sit and cry for both of them, but especially for her.
There's no headstone, not yet. The family wants closure first and says there are too many questions about how she died.
We were afraid at first we might have to dig her back up.
It was April 26, 2011. Brianna was found unresponsive inside a friend's house in El Dorado. Brianna's mother, Shelley, will never forget the call she received.
My dad called me and told me that I needed to get down to 14th Street, that my daughter was deceased, and I said no, and he said yes, you need to get down there as soon as possible.
Did anything stick out to you when you saw her?
No, just that it looked like her clothes had been torn.
We obtained a copy of Brianna's autopsy report. Her cause of death was listed as asphyxia by hanging and ruled a suicide. She was 17 years old. Here's what else it says. She reportedly had a verbal argument with her boyfriend that day, that she apparently broke a window of her boyfriend's car and then drove to her friend's house where she died. It also says she reportedly had increased depression since her friend's suicide months prior. But her mom says Brianna made her a promise.
I don't know what it was. She was scared of dying. And I knew that they were crazy because she had a friend that done that, and she was like, Mom, that is so selfish. I don't know anybody that could do that because I would never do that to you. I promise you that, Mom.
Here's what else stands out to Brianna's family. The details of how it happened. The report shows Brianna was found hanging with a bed sheet tied to a ceiling fan.
16 knots or supposedly was tied in it. Okay, my daughter never even took the time to tie her shoes, but she's going to sit at some house and just tie a sheet. Didn't make no sense to me.
I told her, I said, I know you didn't do this, baby girl. Grandma will get it solved before they put me in the cemetery.
The family refused to accept that's what happened to Brianna. For more than a decade, they fought for more answers, asking police to reopen the case. In August 2022, more than 11 years after Brianna's death, El Dorado police opened the case back up.
They called us and said that they had enough evidence to open back up her case, and they knew that it wasn't suicide.
This is what the police report now shows. Brianna's death now being investigated as a murder. This says modified. We shared that report to Brianna's mom as she read it for the first time.
Murder in the second degree, unknown circumstances. I knew it. And somebody's walking around, enjoying their life, and I'm sitting here with my 17-year-old daughter 6 feet under because some selfish person took her from me.
By October 2023, police wrapped up their investigation, and it was submitted to the Butler County Attorney's Office. Brianna's case is still under review. No charges have been filed. Next year will be 15 years.
Yes.
And you still don't know what happened to your daughter?
Still do not know. Nope.
But the family says they won't give up until that question is answered.
Mommy will put a tombstone down when I get justice, baby. I promise.
I just said, God, I give it all to you. You know that this needs to be solved, and I'm waiting. And there's a reason why you're making me wait, but I'll keep waiting until it's solved.
So here's where it stands now. El Dorado police resubmitted Brianna's case to the Butler County Attorney's Office. The county attorney telling us the case is now under review, but says to date no charges have been filed despite that change in the police report. Now, we still don't know exactly what police found in their investigation to modify that report to say second-degree murder. What police found is all detailed in what's called a probable cause affidavit. That record does not become public unless her case moves forward. And if you have a story, we do want to hear from you. You can call us or email our investigators at the address and the number you see there on your screen. We'll look into any of your issues for the next Factfinder Investigates.